Hi, I'm Neha and welcome back to Corporate Penthouse. If you've ever seen a product that looked perfect on paper, great features, strong funding, big team, and still completely failed in the market, this video is for you. Because here's the truth no one in corporate wants to admit. Most product failures are not product problems. They are strategy problems. Today I'm breaking down the 3 corporate strategy mistakes that silently kill product market fit. With real-world style scenarios, you'll probably recognize instantly. Mistake 1. Building for the organization, not the customer. Let me say this clearly. If your product is designed to satisfy internal stakeholders, you've already lost the market. What this looks like? Leadership wants to leverage existing capabilities. Sales wants just one more feature. Tech wants to reuse legacy systems. Marketing wants something easy to position. And suddenly, you're not solving a customer problem anymore. You're solving internal politics. Let's say a company builds a supply chain dashboard. Leadership says, we already have analytics modules, reuse them. Sales says, add customization, clients love flexibility. Product team says, let's integrate everything into one platform. Final product, overloaded dashboard. 50 features, takes 3 weeks to onboard. Meanwhile, the customer just wanted, show me delayed shipments in real time. That's it. Please remember, customers don't pay for complexity, they pay for clarity. The moment your roadmap starts sounding like a meeting agenda instead of a customer problem, you're drifting away from product market fit. Mistake number 2, scaling before validating. This one kills even well-funded companies. They assume demand instead of proving it. So what this looks like? Hiring aggressively before usage stabilizes. Expanding to multiple markets too early. Investing in branding before retention is proven. Basically, scaling confidence instead of scaling reality. So let's take a simple example, right? Imagine a D2C skincare brand. In the beginning, everything looks great. Like Instagram is popping off, orders are coming in, influencers are posting, and internally everyone's like, okay, we've cracked it. Then investors come in. And now there's pressure to grow. So what do? They expand to like 5 cities at once, they build inventory, they start pouring money into ads, basically full-scale mode. But here's where things start getting a little uncomfortable. Because if you actually look closer, people aren't really coming back. Like, yeah, they bought once, but repeat purchase, low. Customer loyalty, not really there. And the bigger problem, the product didn't solve a strong enough need in the first place. It just looked good, marketed well, but didn't stick. So now what happens? Customer acquisition cost starts going up because you constantly need new people. Inventory starts piling up because demand isn't as real as you thought. And slowly, you start burning cash. A lot of it. And this is the part people don't like hearing. Growth doesn't fix weak product market fit. It actually exposes it. Like the faster you scale something weak, the faster it breaks. And honestly, if customers aren't coming back, no amount of scaling, no amount of ads, no amount of expansion is going to save you. Let's move to mistake number 3. Confusing activity with progress. Honestly, the most dangerous. Because it feels like you're doing everything right. Like, it feels like success. But it's not. It's just activity. And there's a big difference. So what does this usually look like? You're shipping more features and everyone's like, great, we're progressing. You're having more meetings. Nice, we're aligned. You're tracking more metrics. Perfect, we're data-driven. And on the surface, everything looks busy, productive. But no one's really stopping and asking, are we actually solving the core problem any better than before? Like, is the product meaningfully better for the user? Or are we just adding things? Let me give you an example. Imagine a fintech company building a budgeting app. They launch, decent start, some users come in. Now 6 months in, they've added investment tracking. They've added credit score monitoring. They've added AI recommendations. On paper, it looks amazing, like roadmap complete, features shipped, team moving fast, massive progress. But then you look at actual user behavior and it tells a completely different story. Users still drop off after like 7 days. The core experience, still confusing. And more importantly, there's no real emotional connection with the product. People don't feel like they need it. So all those features, they didn't really move the needle. They just made the product heavier. And this is the part that's easy to miss. Product market fit is not about how much you build, it's about how deeply you solve. Like, can you take one problem and solve it so well that users can't imagine going back to how they were doing it before? Because if you can't do that, adding more features is just noise. And honestly, you don't need more features. You need one thing that users genuinely can't live without. So, if you kind of step back and look at all of this together, it actually comes down to one simple thing. And it's uncomfortable, but it's true. All three mistakes, they're just different ways of losing focus on the customer's core problem. That's it. Like in the first one, you start building for internal alignment instead of what the customer actually needs. So now you're solving for stakeholders, not users. In the second, you start chasing growth before you've even validated if the product deserves to grow. So you're scaling something that's still fragile. And in the third, you get busy, like really busy. Shipping, tracking, optimizing, but you're not actually increasing the impact of the product. So if you really think about it, internal alignment replaces customer truth. Growth replaces validation, and activity replaces impact. And none of these feel wrong when you're inside them. That's the scary part. They all feel like progress. They all look like progress, but they quietly pull you away from product market fit. And this is something I personally keep coming back to because it's very easy to forget in corporate environments. Product market fit is not found in boardrooms. It's found in user behavior. Like no slide, no strategy deck, no roadmap can tell you the truth the way user behavior does. Are they coming back? Are they sticking? Are they choosing you even when they don't have to? That's the only signal that actually matters. So next time you're in a situation where the product isn't working, or growth is slowing down, or something just feels off, don't immediately jump to, okay, what feature do we add next? Because that's the default reaction. Instead, pause for a second and ask a slightly uncomfortable question. What problem are we pretending to solve? Like, what are we saying we solve that users don't actually care about enough? Because that gap, that exact gap, is where product market fit starts breaking. And also where it starts getting rebuilt. So if you found this useful, I talk about real-world strategy, product thinking, and how things actually play out inside companies, not just theory. So you can consider subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.